Hey everybody, Jake Reichbart here. Today I'm going to share with you a lengthy lesson excerpt. So have your guitars ready and we're going to have some fun together arranging a song. Perhaps you've seen some of my many hundreds of solo guitar arrangements I have here on YouTube, and the inspiration for these arrangements is right here behind me, as you can see. I grew up with these vinyls, and I draw pretty much from any kind of style imaginable from the pop music of the past 100 years, everything from Glenn Miller to Van Halen, Alan Holdsworth to Motown, and pretty much anything in between. Beatles, I have perhaps 25 Beatles song arrangements, 20 Steely Dan song arrangements, same for Stevie Wonder, rock, hard rock, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, and of course tons and tons of classic jazz standards from the 40s and 50s, bebop, dance tunes, movie themes. And if you want to learn how to arrange any of these songs for solo guitar, I can teach you. Just like the excerpt that you're about to watch, which comes from a lesson that runs about 90 minutes, I have nearly 200 additional titles, and they are mostly song specific. I enjoy teaching through specific songs because I can show you hands-on how I approach arranging a song. What's nice about these lessons is that I don't just tell you, do this and you're done, but rather I'll take you through 3 or 4 or 5 different ways to play the same passage. I'll work with you on dynamics, on articulation, and 100 other things that you cannot just put to paper. As I mentioned, these lessons run approximately 90 minutes. The introduction, which runs usually 15 minutes, focuses on the right hand in rhythm, and in this introduction I go through my 3 pillars of rhythmic arranging, the first principle being melody and bass only, the second being rhythmic arpeggiation, and the third, of course, the down stroke that I play with my right hand fingernails to produce that backbeat that everybody asks me about. Nevertheless, I do have 2 main method lessons. The first one, how to arrange any song for solo guitar, running 2 hours, and also an introduction to fingerstyle guitar and solo guitar arranging, running 2 hours and 40 minutes. The information about these lessons, the cost, my full lesson list, as well as a link to the full performance of the song that we're working on today is below in the information. So expand the information, take a look, and let's get started. So put together with some rhythm, as long or as short as I want. On a recording, probably keep it shorter. In a live situation, probably play it longer. And when I'm finally ready to start the introduction, I have these notes. B, which I can play either with an open string or on the 3rd string, 4th fret. Then E on the 2nd string, 5th fret. D sharp and C sharp, also on the 2nd string. So, and combine that now with the attitude and some of the elements of what I've played so far. The chord shapes that would go with it would be still in this area. The F sharp minor is just a bar shape on the 2nd fret, holding down the F sharp in the bass, and also your E, A, and C sharp. And I have 2 alternating bass notes. With the F sharp, I can also play, or not with it, but against it, I can play the C sharp, which is the 5 of the F sharp. So, and when I get to the C sharp, I have the C sharp in the bass, and the alternate bass note for the C sharp would be the G sharp, which is the 5 of C sharp. Back to the introduction. And then this C sharp minor chord is different than this one because my melody note now is the C sharp, so I need a kind of a chord shape that has the C sharp in the bass and also in the melody. So I maintain my bar in the second position and play also the C sharp in the bass with my third finger, 5th string, 4th fret. The bar keeps the E down on the 4th string. The pinky plays now the B on the 3rd string, 4th fret. And the bar once again holds down the melody note, which is that C sharp. So put together the actual melody of the introduction. So those are the basic movements, and I fill in around those with some of the rhythm that I mentioned. And we are finally ready to start the melody of the song itself. So we are finally at the point where the vocal melody starts. And that opening position is our trusty old F sharp minor 7 in the second position, just a bar across all the strings, and if wanted, we have the alternating bass note there in the form of the C sharp on the 5th string, 4th fret. The melody is the F sharp on the 1st string. Now the melody alone is the F sharp, G sharp, and A on the 1st string, other than I tend to, when I think about it and when I remember to do it, play intervals, and this goes to the introduction. These are a parallel 6th. And it would be well worth your time, like I said before, to learn how to do these things. Sometimes I get lazy and I let go of this bottom F sharp and I don't accompany it with anything, or I have the option to play another F sharp on the 4th string. But anyway, what are those notes? Along with this F sharp, I will play an A, move both notes one step up, G sharp now and B, and the next moving up is another diatonic second. These are seconds. If you practice the scale, you'd get this. Those are parallel 6th in the key of E. So you can see how relevant this all is to playing the arrangement. If I feel so inspired, I will play the notes and try to keep that low F sharp. I can also play the C sharp on the 2nd string. That's a little bit easier. Or like I said, when I get here, I can move the F sharp to a higher octave, or drop the bass note altogether. Now I move this in basically what is a parallel fingering all the way up to the 9th fret. The melody here is
D sharp, C sharp, and E, all on the first string, frets 11, 9, and 12, while holding down what is essentially an identical bar, but on the 9th fret, to perform now this C sharp minor chord. So you can just play the melody like that. You have the chord right here, the chord portion, and just play the melody, or you can play the proper intervals this way or this way. Those notes would be the D sharp along with the F sharp, to C sharp along with E, to E along with G sharp. And you can play it like this, or, and the difference is that I just moved this F sharp or the G sharp from here, from the 3rd string to the 2nd string. To review, or you can hear the two melodies really against each other while playing. Without the 6th, and here it is with. And then this is the second half of that melody, which is nearly identical, other than instead of doing, it is simply without the follow-up of this.